Hello everyone, hope you all are doing well. I welcome you to our second episode of the TEA Talk series. I am Hira Akhtar, an elementary school teacher and an alumna of TEA, and I am currently serving at Islamabad Model School for Girls in F74. And today the topic of our discussion is implementing US teaching techniques in Pakistani classrooms. As you know, that the teachers who win the TEA award, they go for a 6-week exchange program to USA. And there we learn a lot of techniques which we apply to our classrooms in order to make them more fun and engaging. And being a TEA alumna myself, I am currently adapting all those techniques in my classrooms, and they prove to be very much effective and engaging, and they foster an interactive classroom. So in order to take you further in this discussion, I have my TEA alumna, Miss Bijala Tasneem, with me, and another alumna, that is Mr. Mujahid. These two alumni are joining me today to share their experiences with us regarding their journeys and how they are using all those techniques in their classrooms currently. So let me introduce you to our participants. I have with me Miss Bijala Tasneem. And Ms. Bijala Tasneem is an educator from Code Ghulam Muhammad Mirpur Khas, Sindh. She joined the Teaching Excellence and Achievement Program in 2022, and she has served as a vice president of the Pwan Jamshore chapter. Currently, she is serving as a teacher at Government Girls High School Unit 10, Latifabad, Hyderabad, and she was honored with the Visionary Teacher Award for the Best Teaching Practices in STEDA in Sindh for highlighting outstanding contributions to education. And she was also recognized as an awardee in the UNESCO IITE Connect 2.0 teaching competition. And this competition she won among 9 SCO countries. So Ujala, we really welcome you here. Okay, so my next guest with me is Mr. Mujahid Sattar. Mujahid Sattar is a secondary school educator with over a decade of experience in the school education department beginning in 2014. Since 2022, he has been a participant in the English Access Scholarship Program under RELO Pakistan. In 2023, he joined the Teaching Excellence and Achievement Program. His areas of expertise include differentiated learning, classroom management, elementary school leadership, cognitive learning, student engagement, and motivation. And he has also published 4 articles in an international peer-reviewed journal on English language teaching. So you are welcome here, Mr. Mujahid.
Thank you so much, Hira.
Thank you for being with us. So Mujahid and Ms. Ujala, now we will start. I'll be asking you some questions regarding how you are applying these practices in your classrooms, because I want our participants to know how we apply all the techniques that we learn from our experiences and how they prove to be effective for our students here in the context of our Pakistani classrooms. So Ms. Ujala, I would like to start with you. Ms. Ujala. Okay, so Mujahid, I'll go with you first. So in my first question for you is that in what ways have your teaching methods evolved or changed since participating in the exchange program?
Yes, I would like to share with you here that before going to USA, it was the traditional method of teaching that I used to follow, the normally grammar teaching method. And with the tour of USA, I have learned the art of differentiated learning. I have learned the art of using digital tools in the classroom, and I have learned that how we can make groups in large classrooms. It was a question that was particularly asked by all of our T fellows over there to our mentors. And that 20 to 25 students, but here in Pakistan we deal with classes that are large in numbers. Student numbers vary from 60 to 80 in a single classroom. So how we can go and implement all these things back to Pakistan. They used to tell us that making groups in every activity is what we needed back in Pakistan. We can't, I mean, we can't handle it. It's normal for teachers that they can't handle these large classrooms. So the most important learning that I have taken back to Pakistan is making groups in every activity, and it has helped me a lot.
Okay, so great to notice, Mujahid. Bijala, I would like to ask you next. Bijala, can you hear me? And
I
yes,
think Ujala
Mujahid,
is
so
having.
yes, she might be having
Yes.
some problems with her connections. And you are quite right that applying that strategy of making the groups here in our larger classrooms in Pakistan, it helps a lot because I think that we don't have to be just talking about we have bigger classrooms and it's difficult to handle. Like it has become quite easier to handle big classrooms now after learning all those techniques and applying them in our classrooms. So, Ujala, can you
Yes,
hear
it
me?
has. It has. It has. Ujala, yeah.
Ujala, we can't hear you. Yes, okay. Mujahid, like after coming back, do you believe that there were some resources, like materials and technology that were required to adapt those teaching strategies that you learned from USA? And were they available to you or were they not? How did you manage to go with that?
Well, being an English teacher, the use of computer labs is what we practice very less in government school. After coming back from USA, the with teachers, I have asked them to let me hear the use of YouTube, the use of, I mean, Kahoot and all those models that we learned in USA. We can apply in government schools as well. We just need to take on board our IT teachers in government schools and let them know that we have planned a lesson and that the students will be coming over there. And again, the big thing, the group thing, has helped me a lot in that as well. I mean, we assign different things to different students at different times. We take them to our computer labs and they do their work. And the engagement level of students, I mean, for English lessons, students are going into computer labs. So they are engaged very much in that. So I would also like to ask you the same question that have you applied
Yes,
these resources?
yes, I am applying. And actually, Mujahid, I would like to share this that the techniques that we have learned were quite simple. Like we don't have to go and fetch materials which are very difficult to find out. Like we can simply use a piece of paper from our classroom and create an activity like a game for our students right at the moment. So those things are amazingly great because they do not take take us to so much of technicalities where we have to just be waiting that somebody will come to help us with all the technology things and everything. Like I believe we have learned the things which are quite easier to do, and we can just make our classroom very much engaging. Like even standing, creating activities right there in our classrooms at the moment. So yes, they are great and working, helping me a lot.
Yeah, I would like to hear I would like to hear mention some of our mentors like Ma'am Ann used to tic-tac-toe challenge. That
Yes.
these things need very little resources. Ujala is here. Ujala is here. So let's
Hi,
welcome
Ujala.
Ujala
Uh,
again. I hope she is
Hello,
hearing us.
hello, Assalamualaikum
Ujala.
everyone.
Hi, Kusam. How are you?
Oh, now I am audible.
Yes,
Thank
you
you,
are.
God.
So, Ujala, Mujahid, and me were discussing about the techniques that we brought from USA and we are currently applying in our classrooms. So, I would like you to share your experience as well. That how are you applying those techniques? Like, how do you make them possible to fit your classroom? Ujala ma'am, you are muted.
Hello. Hello.
Yes, Bijala, you are audible now.
Hello.
Hello ma'am, yes, you can continue now. Hira, आप भी mute हो गई है. You can unmute yourself. Ujala, can you hear us now?
Yeah.
Yes, so I'm sorry, Ujala, you were actually muted. So you have to
Okay.
start your answer again. Yes. So just to share with us, how are you adapting those techniques to fit your classroom?
Uh, sure. Basically, I adopt the teaching technique by first assessing the needs of my students and the resources available in my classroom. So I incorporate mostly the collaborative learning activities and hands-on activities, which I have learned during my exchange program. But while assuring they should align with my curriculum too. I modify group work to reflect cultural aspects relevant to my students and making it more relatable and engaging for them.
Okay, so they are hopefully they are working great in your classroom context.
Yeah.
Okay, so Ujala, I want to know how frequently do you use these strategies in your classrooms and in which subject? So are there some strategies that you are using specific to some subjects? And if there are some that you can apply in any subject, so I would like you to tell us a bit about that.
Actually, I use these new teaching techniques regularly, especially in the subjects like biology and English teaching. I implement inquiry-based learning in biology, encouraging students to ask different questions and explore the topics through experiments. And in English, I use gamification and role play to help the students understand complex topics and historical events, which they find particularly engaging with the help of these teaching strategies.
Okay, so Jala, like I would like to share my experience as well. There are games that
Sure.
we learned games like a fly swatter. So this
Yeah.
game is really helping me a lot because now I don't take traditional tests, especially when it's about taking some vocabulary tests. So I just
Mm-hmm.
make a fly sorter game and I assign my students to come ahead and they, are you ready for the game? And they all are way too excited. Yes, we are ready. And I even noticed that some of the students who were not really taking interest in preparing for their
Mm-hmm.
tests a lot, they have now started taking interest because they know that the test
Exactly.
is not a test, it's a game actually. So they are all happy and excited. And in fact, I would like to share that there was one of my students who was not confident enough to come ahead and talk and respond to anything. So
Mm-hmm.
once we were playing this game and he did not speak, so I just didn't point him out until he spoke. And at the end he was like, ma'am, you didn't call me for the game. So I was like, okay, let's take another round. So I feel like all the students are trying to take part after we have started applying all those techniques. Okay, Mujahid.
Actually, teaching is
So
now a fun activity. Actually,
yes,
I take
we enjoy and the students also enjoy. So the class is all a
exactly.
fun thing where learning happens, but with a lot of fun. Okay, so Mujahid, I want to ask you that while during our stay there and during all this journey, we did learn about some diverse need of the students. So how do we have to cater different needs of our learners? So how do you think that, do you feel more confident in dealing with this aspect of your students, and how do you believe that this program has enriched you in dealing with the diverse needs of your learners?
Yeah. uh, Before starting the, I mean, the after effects of the USA tour, I would like to quote here my teaching style that in Pakistan we normally have that number system that the students who is getting higher number he is privileged to sit in front of the class, and those students who are not participating they go. I mean, make them sit behind in the class. But in USA, one particular activity of Ma'am J.C. Kumar, that activity is related to trauma. It was an activity that she used to give us the colors and we used to paint all those things. And in between all that activity we were painting, she delivered our or completed her lecture. So that was when she told us that everybody who is coming to school, he has his own social economic problems. So every student has a diverse mind. Every student has a diverse situation back at home. So as a teacher, we need to cater to those needs. We need to cater to those problems. So this was the thing that I learned over there and I applied back in Pakistan. I have received brilliant results. Now I'm also the favorite teacher of the backbenchers as well. I used to be strict before going to USA because it's a pressure that is built in the mind of the teachers here that every student has to get high marks so that the authorities won't ask us. So now it's more a friendship relation with the students, like we used to have friendship with the Bob, with Sashirjan and Ma'am Jessie over there. It's more like here in now we students have those sort of relations with teachers. So it has helped me a lot. I would like to quote Ma'am Jessie Kumar here. I appreciate her uh, activity that she did with us.
And also, I think we have learned ways where we now can include all types of learners in our classroom. Like, I think this was something, if I talk about myself, I didn't used to be this conscious and this aware about the thing that will my lesson be covering all the types of learners. But now when I sit and plan my lesson, I make sure that this is covering the all the types of learners that are sitting in my class, whether they are the auditory learners or kinesthetic ones or which type they belong to, they must all be covered in my lesson. So I think this is another thing that we took from USA back to Pakistan.
I I hope you are quoting Ma'am Sarah Osborne.
Actually, it was Sarah Osborne who took us there, and now we are implementing that here in Pakistan. Okay, so Ujala, I want to ask you that, like, when we come back to Pakistan and situations here are different. So, did you, uh, like, face some challenges while implementing these techniques in your classrooms? And if you did, what did you do to overcome them?
Okay. One challenge has been resistance from some students who are accustomed to traditional teaching methods. To overcome this, I gradually introduced new teaching techniques, starting with small group activities that allow the student to express their thoughts comfortably with other students. And I also provide clear instructions and support, which help ease their transition from being the from traditional methods to the this new teaching technique. So after these 7, now my students are very comfortable with my teaching strategies. In fact, they are now very enthusiastic and वो बिल्कुल इस बात का इंतजार कर रहे होते हैं कि अब कौन सी नई टेक्निक आएगी या कौन सा न्यू गेम या टीचिंग स्ट्रेटजीज आएंगी. तो मुझे अच्छा लगता है कि जब वो वेट करते हैं कि टीचर आज क्लास में इस टॉपिक को किस नए तरीके से पढ़ाएंगे. तो यूएस ने काफी हेल्प आउट किया. मैं यहाँ पे फिर से सर मुजाहिद की बात को सेकंड करूंगी कि मैम जैसे कुमार ने जो ट्रॉमा थेरेपी पर हमें क्लासेस ली, तो उसमें एक साउंड थेरेपी रखी गई थी. जब मैंने लास्ट ईयर स्मॉल ग्रांट जब इम्प्लीमेंट की, तो मैंने वहाँ पे फर्स्ट सेशन हमारा जो क्लासरूम स्ट्रेस मैनेजमेंट पर था. तो उस साउंड थेरेपी को जब मैंने अपनी उस ग्रांट में इम्प्लीमेंट किया, तो बिलीव मी द ट्रेनी टीचर्स गॉट टीयर्स इन देयर आईज. तो वो इतना मतलब था कि वो अपनी स्टूडेंट लाइफ में चले गए और उस ट्रॉमा को फील कर रहे हैं। तो ये हमने पहले पाकिस्तान में लाइक हमने फील नहीं किया कि इस चीज को भी मैनेज करना आज बहुत जरूरी है। तो ये बहुत सारी ऐसी स्ट्रेटजीज थी जो हमने पहले इम्प्लीमेंट नहीं की, बट यहाँ पर आके जब इम्प्लीमेंट की और उसके पॉजिटिव इम्पैक्ट जब यहाँ पे हमें मिले, तो वो बहुत अच्छा लगा।
Yes, you're so right about that. And मुझे बड़ा अच्छा लगा when you were saying कि बच्चे वेट कर रहे होते हैं कि आज मैम इस टॉपिक में कौन सी नई टेक्निक लेके आ रही है, क्या नई चीज इंट्रोड्यूस करवा रही है, बिकॉज आवर स्टूडेंट्स हैव स्टार्टेड एंजॉयिंग आवर क्लासरूम्स इवन मोर, लाइक अगर पहले भी करते थे लेकिन अब तो बहुत ज्यादा. सेकेंडली व्हाट यू सेड वाज दैट कि स्टूडेंट्स को प्रायर टू द लेसन क्लियर इंस्ट्रक्शंस प्रोवाइड करना. आई ऑल्सो बिलीव कि मुझे शायद पहले भी थोड़ा बहुत मैं करती थी जरूर, बट नाउ आई रियली मेक श्योर कि पहले बच्चों को जरूर बताया जाए कि नाउ यू आर गोइंग टू लर्न दिस थिंग फ्रॉम योर लेसन, एंड ताकि वो एक्चुअली उस चीज के लिए प्रिपेयर्ड रहें कि व्हाट दे आर लर्निंग, और सो वो उसी माइंड के साथ क्लास में आते हैं. ओके, सो Mujahid, I would like to ask you now that how did you modify those techniques to meet the requirements of your classrooms? मतलब कि कुछ आपको जरूरत पड़ी that you modify those techniques, या आपने उनको as it is apply किया, so, या कुछ changes करने पड़े? So I would like you to share your experience.
जी मैं यहाँ पे बिल्कुल मैं जेसिका को कोट करना चाहूँगा कि ऑल द एक्टिविटीज दैट वी आर डूइंग हियर फॉर यू इन यूएसए, दे आर कॉन्टेक्स्ट, दे आर नॉट कॉन्टेक्स्ट बेस्ड टू योर एरिया. तो आपको जाके मॉडिफाई करना पड़ेगा. मॉडिफिकेशन इज व्हाट वी आई नीडेड दैट. वहाँ पे जो एक्टिविटीज जो मैम फॉरल है ना कि जितनी भी एक्टिविटीज थी, अब उनके पास जितने भी रिसोर्सेज थे, जितने भी वो चीजें लाती थी, वी कांट हैव दैट इन पाकिस्तान एज ए टीचर. हमारे पास उतनी सैलरी नहीं होती, मतलब उतने पैसे नहीं होते कि हम वो सारी चीजें यहाँ पे रख सके. सो उस वो उनके जितने भी थे, आई मीन उनको फिर मॉडिफाई करना पड़ा टू रिसोर्सेज दैट आर अवेलेबल इन पाकिस्तान, टू रिसोर्सेज दैट आर चीप. I went to those resources that are cheaper in prices. So बाकी ऐसा नहीं था कि वो एज इट इज यहाँ पे इम्प्लीमेंट करती जाती. मैं यहाँ पे कोट करना चाहूंगा फ्लाइज बेटर को, एक एक्टिविटी थी शायद आप लोगों के साथ भी की और मैम कॉरल हैना ने आइस ब्रेकर के
Yes,
एनर्जाइजर
she
के
did,
तौर पर.
and this was
अब
the
यहाँ
one
पर
that we
बच्चों
enjoyed a
को
lot.
यस यस वहां पे जैसे हम बच्चों की तरह कंपटीशन करके एक दूसरे को धक्के मार के जा रहे थे और लगाना होता था किसी भी बर्ड या जानवर को. सो यहाँ पे अब वो अगर फ्लाइज बेटर अगर बच्चों को दे दिया जाए, वो एक दूसरे को ही मारने लग जाते हैं. सो यहाँ पर जिस तरह एक यहाँ का था, सो वो थोड़ा सा मॉडिफाई करना पड़ा. वो प्रिंट आउट्स, उस तरह के कलर प्रिंट आउट्स वी डोंट हैव दैट अवेलेबल इन गवर्नमेंट स्कूल. यस प्राइवेटली अगर हर क्लास के लिए टीचर को करने लग जाए तो घर में फिर मारी पड़नी है कि घर में क्या खर्च किया जाएगा. So yes, looking at our resources, I modified it, but all those activities, they really helped me a lot. They really helped me changing my uh, techniques. They really helped changing my mind whenever I go to the class.
Okay, so Mujahid, as you quoted the fly swatter, so I would like to share कि मैंने उसको कैसे modify किया. Actually, the same thing कि हर चीज के लिए हम color prints निकालना and all those. I even don't have the fly swatters actually. So मैं तो sometimes ऐसा होता है कि अभी मैं एक टेस्ट के लिए क्लास में गई हूँ, लेकिन मैंने देखा कि नहीं आज टेस्ट नहीं लेना चाहिए, लेट्स प्ले द गेम. तो मैं बोर्ड पे बना लेती हूँ. आई जस्ट ड्रॉ द बॉक्सेस ऑन द बोर्ड एंड आई राइट थिंग्स इन देम, और मैं बच्चों से कहती हूँ जी स्केल्स निकालें. So they take out their scales in their hand and I ask them to stand in the line and just do the activity. So I think कि हमें activities शायद इस तरीके से भी सिखाई गई हैं because they know that we don't have that much of resources. So इस टाइप की चीजें हम सीख के आई हैं जिनको हम अपने एनवायरनमेंट के अकॉर्डिंगली खुद अडॉप्ट कर सकते हैं, मॉडिफाई कर सकते हैं, और वो इजीली हम उनको अप्लाई कर लेते हैं क्लासरूम्स में.
And I would like to add here कि जिस तरह ये है आपने इस तरह किया, मैंने बच्चों से पेंटिंग्स और ड्राइंग्स व्हाइट बोर्ड पे बनवाए. उसका ये हुआ, द आर्टिस्ट दैट वर हिडन इन द क्लास, दे केम फॉरवर्ड. और जब उन्हें लगा कि वी आर बीइंग ओन्ड बाय आवर टीचर, वी आर बीइंग ओन्ड बाय आवर क्लास, उनका एंगेजमेंट लेवल, उनके रिजल्ट्स, दे वर
Yes.
सुपर.
Okay, so Ujala, I would like to ask you a question. So Mujahid, I would like you also to answer this question. So Bijala answer कर लें तो फिर मैं आप भी कर लीजिएगा. Since हम जब वापस आते हैं तो कुछ मे बी हमारे स्कूल की भी हमसे एक्सपेक्टेशंस होती हैं, और हमारा शायद आने का एक पर्पस ये भी होता है कि हम उसको सिर्फ अपने तक ना रखें. वी शुड जस्ट टेक इट टू अ ब्रॉडर लेवल. So I would like to know that, did you have any such kind of conversations with your colleagues? Did you try to tell them regarding the techniques that you learned and how it can help them in their classrooms? So if you did, what was their response and how did it go with you in your school? Ujala, I would like you to unmute yourself, please. Okay.
Yes, I have collaborated with my colleagues through regular staff meetings and workshops. We discuss new teaching strategies and ideas to encourage each other and share best practices with each other. Like we now co-create lesson plans to incorporate different strategies together that enhances our collective teaching approaches and benefiting our students. Recently, we participated with three teachers participated in UNESCO IIT teaching competition, and it was the amazing result that it was basically a teaching competition among 9 countries, and we three teachers from the same school got awards from UNESCO. And it was a big achievement. And recently in STADA, the competition was announced for best teaching practices in SIM, and it was an open call for all the participants, for all the teachers teaching in government and private schools. And आपको फिर हैरानी होगी कि हमारे स्कूल से 5 टीचर्स ने इस पे पार्टिसिपेट किया, और जो हम 3 टीचर्स थे जिन्होंने कलेक्टिव वर्क किया, जबकि कंपटीशन था उसके बावजूद हमने अपनी स्ट्रेटजीज एक दूसरे के साथ शेयर की, एक दूसरे की वीडियो रिकॉर्ड की और कोलैबोरेटिव वर्क किया. एंड हम 3 टीचर्स जो हैं वो विनर्स की कैटेगरीज में सेम स्कूल से, और ये सिंध में पहला स्कूल था जिसमें 3 टीचर्स सेम स्कूल से बेस्ट टीचिंग प्रैक्टिसेस के लिए जो है वो नॉमिनेट हुए और उन्हें अवार्ड्स वगैरह मिले.
That's really great to know this, Ujala, and it means कि आपने अपने स्कूल में भी उन टेक्निक्स को, उन स्ट्रेटजीज को काफी स्प्रेड किया है, और आपने अपने कलीग्स को भी
एग्जैक्टली.
काफी एंगेज किया है कि वो भी जो कुछ आप सीख के आई हैं वो सब लोग उससे फायदा उठाएं, और हमारे सारे के सारे बच्चे
इम्प्लीमेंट
जो हैं वो
करें.
एज अ होल. Yes, okay, that's great. Yes, Mujahid, I would like you to share your experience in this regard.
Well, I teach in school that is near the tribal area in Delhi Khan, that is very rural part of the Delhi Khan. So शुरू में भी बात हुई थी कि चेंज को पहले पहले रेजिस्ट बहुत किया जाता है. The one particular example that I would like to share here, that when we went to the middle schools or the high schools in USA, when we toured those schools, I think you would have observed the same experience that I observed there, that the teachers over there, they give liberty to their students whenever they are going for drinking water, whatever they are doing, they are using mobile, they were painting, and during that meantime, the teacher was delivering lecture. So I sat with my teachers in school. I told them this thing, and they were saying, "कि ये तो फिर मछली मंडी बन जाएगी." And in the start, it was very difficult to implement that thing. Students के लिए एक नई चीज थी कि सर हमें अलाउ कर रहे हैं पानी पीने जाने के लिए, हम जो है बगैर इजाजत के जा सकते हैं. बस हाथ इशारा किया, सर ने कहा ठीक है चले जाए. तो बाहर बाकी ऐसे था, वो जो फिजिकल एजुकेशन टीचर होते हैं, जो पीईटी टीचर होते हैं, वो हमसे फिर कह रहे थे कि यार पूरा आपने झुमगट्टा बाहर इकट्ठा कर दिया. एंड those 5 minutes breaks given to the students, that helped us a lot, that helped us in getting good results for our school. वो स्टूडेंट्स भी जिन स्टूडेंट्स का पहले मैं मतलब हम सोचते थे कि यार ये कभी पास भी हो सकेंगे या नहीं. We have students here in rural area of Pakistan, those who can't spell their names correctly in English, even though they are in 9th class, but they can't spell their name. वो स्टूडेंट्स भी पास हुए, वो स्टूडेंट्स भी मतलब ग्रेजुएट हो गए हमारे हाई स्कूल के, and we were really happy at those results. So these were the things that I shared with my teachers in school, and I had a training session with the help of Education Authority in Digicom, where I trained 40 primary school teachers in here, and I contributed all those knowledge to those teachers. I shared with them the websites where teachers can have the helping material. I told them the use of Kahoot and the use of model that we learned over there, and it was a thing that was foreign to them. It was a thing that they were not aware of. So I hope they are applying back there these things back there in their schools, and I hope it is helping them.
Yes, I really hope it is all helping them, and it's really great to know that you just took your part to spread this. Okay. So, Zara, I want to know that what do you think? Do you feel any difference in the participation of your students? Do you feel like they are taking more interest in your classroom after applying those techniques in your classrooms? So, I would like you to share your experience in that regard. How have you felt a difference in your students?
Yes, absolutely. I have noticed a significant increase in student interest and engagement. A student who previously shy and they struggled are now more willing to participate in discussions and group activities. Like weaker students have begun asking questions and sharing their ideas, which have positively impacted the overall classroom dynamic.
Okay, so that's again another thing that I just shared regarding one of my students who didn't used to speak, but after being
Exactly.
involved in such classroom practices, he now wants to take part in this. Okay, so Mujahid, I want to ask you that do you think that this program has changed your perspective of dealing with large classroom? Because I know we all have this problem that we always talk about that we have larger classrooms and it's difficult to
Mhm.
handle those larger classrooms. So do you think that after attending this program, there is some change in your perspective in this regard? Mujahid? Okay, Ujala, I think he might have some issues. I would like you to share your experience in this regard. Like, do you think that it has changed your perspectives in some way?
Exactly. Absolutely. The Teaching Excellence and Achievement Program highlighted the importance of personalized learning experiences. I now incorporated students' feedback into my lesson planning and allowing them to choose project topics and working style by themselves. This approach has empowered students and made learning more relevant and more interesting for them.
Yes, like I believe Mujahid was already talking about making groups in the classroom. So doing that practice as well is making it easier for us to deal with large classrooms. Because when we make classrooms and when we give authority to the students, we make them leaders
Exactly.
and we assign them different roles in their own categories for their groups. And this is how they take the class with them. And the teacher does not feel that burdened comparatively like we have started applying the strategies through which we can tackle the larger classrooms in a smooth manner.
Okay, in one of the topics about the climate change, I gave them a big question to enhance their critical thinking, or to find some solution to overcome these issues about climate change. एंड आई वाज अमेज्ड कि वो इतने ब्रिलियंट आइडियाज के साथ अपना प्रोजेक्ट लेकर आए थे और दैट प्रोजेक्ट हेल्प मी टू विन द कंपटीशन इन यूनेस्को आईआईटी टीचिंग कंपटीशन और जो सॉल्यूशन था दैट वाज बेस्ड ऑन एआई एंड रोबोटिक्स तो अगर हम स्टूडेंट्स को ही रिस्पॉन्सिबल कर दें कि वो अपनी लर्निंग के रिस्पॉन्सिबल खुद हो तो वो बहुत ब्रिलियंट आइडियाज के साथ आ सकते हैं एंड ये मैंने अभी रिसेंटली जो इन दो कॉम्पिटिशन्स में मैंने जो अचीव किया विनिंग पोजीशन तो डेफिनेटली इसका क्रेडिट मेरे स्टूडेंट्स को भी उतना ही जाता है जितना मैंने जितना करेज मैंने दिखाया इसमें पार्टिसिपेट करना। तो विनिंग का क्रेडिट मैं डेफिनेटली अपने स्टूडेंट्स को दूंगी कि जो फीडबैक या आउटकम मुझे उनकी तरफ से मिला, दैट वाज अमेजिंग।
Actually, Ujala, I wanted to ask you about this कि आपके ये जो achievements मैंने अभी देखे, and I really felt proud of that. So I really wanted to know कि किस तरीके से you believe that this program has been a help for you to win these awards. So you just shared about your experience, so that really felt great. And Ujala, like, did the program, like, it did actually being a part of that program myself. So how I would like to know that, do you like apply the student centered learning in your classroom now, and how do you feel that it has become different from how you used to do it before going to the program and how you do it now? So what's the difference? How have you started implementing the student centered lessons in your classroom now?
Before that, I usually applied student-centered as well as the teacher-centered approach or mixed approach. But after coming back from there, I learned how to incorporate technology, community services, community engagement, and different teaching tools, online teaching tools that motivate students to clarify their topics and to take interest in their subjects. तो ये जो डिफरेंट अप्रोच थी उसने एटली ना सिर्फ मेरे स्टूडेंट्स को बल्कि पहले मुझे ही मोटिवेट किया कि मैं अपने टीचिंग स्टाइल को किस तरह इम्प्रूव करूं। और जब मैंने इन्हीं कॉम्पिटिशन्स में अच्छा मैंने कम्युनिटी सर्विसेज को भी जो क्लाइमेट चेंज था, क्लाइमेट एक्शंस जो हमने देने थे, उसमें मैंने कम्युनिटी सर्विसेज को भी इनकॉर्पोरेट किया। एंड स्टूडेंट्स वो वेरी एक्साइटेड कि वो कम्युनिटी में अपनी सर्विसेज देने जा रहे हैं। लाइक दे वर प्लांटिंग ट्रीज एंड अदर अवेयरनेस, दे वर टेकिंग अवेयरनेस सेशंस। तो इस तरह की जब मैंने एक्टिविटीज अपनी टीचिंग में इनकॉर्पोरेट की, तो इसने ना सिर्फ मुझे प्रोफेशनली स्ट्रॉन्ग किया बल्कि पर्सनली भी मेरा कॉन्फिडेंस और मेरी लीडरशिप स्किल्स को बहुत एनहांस किया।
That's really great to know, Zara. And I think कि वही बात है कि we have started giving authority to the students as well. और जैसे आपने बात की community service की, I really liked that idea of secret kind agent of kindness, the secret kindness agent, how the students helped the community and without even showing that who they were. So this was a good idea as well. Like I started to assign some tasks to the students to do so that they know that you are a person as well. So when they are in the school, they start to groom themselves as human beings as well. So they start doing little acts of kindness. Doesn't matter if it's even within the class that they are doing something great or something kind for others. So that was really great to know this. And overall, what do you think? How has it changed you as a teacher, like this experience of this exchange journey?
Overall experience is I am now completely changed. I'm not that Ujala that was in 2021. After coming back from US, I am completely changed. My perspective of teaching and my personal perspective has actually improved. तो इस तरह एज अ पर्सन इस ट्रिप ने मुझे काफी कुछ सिखाया, जिसमें ना सिर्फ टीचिंग स्ट्रेटजीज हैं बल्कि पेशेंस है, कोलैबोरेटिव लर्निंग है, और एज यू नो के 25 कोहोर्ट विद डाइवर्स कोहोर्ट जो हमारा है उनके साथ किस तरीके से बिहेव करना है। और टीचिंग स्ट्रेटजीज तो डेफिनेटली एक मेन इसका मोटिव रहा है इस टीचिंग एक्सीलेंस एंड अचीवमेंट प्रोग्राम का। बट पर्सनली जो आपके अंदर बहुत सारी चीजें हैं जो मुझे मैंने फील किया जब मैं अपने घर से दूर रही, बाहर रही, कि कौन सी चीजें हैं जो मुझे खुद को इम्प्रूव करना है, अपनी पर्सनालिटी को एनहांस करना है। तो वहां पर इस प्रोग्राम ने लाइक कम्प्लीटली मुझे चेंज कर दिया।
And a change for the good, right?
Yeah,
So it was,
exactly, a change for the good.
yes, so it was an amazing journey for me as well, and I believe कि हम अपनी तरफ से पूरी कोशिश कर रहे हैं कि हम अपने स्टूडेंट्स को जितना ज्यादा हो सके उन टेक्निक्स को अप्लाई करके अपने स्टूडेंट्स को भी मजीद उनकी जो अंडरस्टैंडिंग्स हैं उनको बेहतर बनाएं, उनका क्लास में इंटरेस्ट जो है वो डेवलप करने की कोशिश करें। एंड आई होप इट्स डूइंग ग्रेट फॉर यू।
अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह, बिल्कुल बिल्कुल ऐसे ही है।
Okay, Ujala, thank you so much for being here, and thank you so much for to everyone who has joined us in this session. And I hope that आपको जो हमारा एक सेशन है, हमारा डिस्कशन है, you would have liked it and you gained something from this session. And you know that we have started this regular TEA series, and this will be happening every week, inshallah. So I want you to stay tuned for our next week series and next week session. So I hope the next episode will be bringing something great with some other alumni, and it will be a great learning as well. So thank you, Jala, and thank you everyone for joining us.
Thank you so much, Hira, and thank you, VBF, for inviting me. Thank you once again. Thank you, everyone. Take care. Allah Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz.